collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and crosswatchers. Welcome to our Timeless Chakra Reading. I am your reader, Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. They are my initials, Venus and Libra here. I am a professional witch, a professional intuitive, the president of DrawingTheCircle Productions since 1998, author of 2 different books with a 3rd one in progress. The first one is called Spell Ingredients. The second one is called Words of Grace. Words of Grace does have a Kindle version available, so I put a link in the description box that if you click it, you can preview it for free and see that the table of contents is primarily divided into chakra chapters. It is a chakra reading. You might find it helpful, and writing that book saved my life during one of the worst dark nights of the soul that I have ever had. The original version of Words of Grace, which needed considerable editing down to make it all fit on Kindle, that one's available on patreon.com/DrawingTheCircle in our digital shop, as well as the only place to find my book Words of Grace at the time of this recording. The 3rd one will be on there eventually. Our digital shop is wonderful. We've got those ebooks, we've got audios, we've got videos. The audios and videos have free previews, so anybody can go check them out if you click the link. Some of my subscribers get those ebooks, audios, and videos as part of their subscription package, but the majority of my subscribers get 3 benefits in common. They get a daily check-in when I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link pretty much every single morning. This morning it was lovely when we chat about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with some sort of spiritual practice to send us on our way. And it is the wisest way for me to start the day, considering what I do 24/7, 365 as a professional witch and all of that. They also get all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. All of my extended readings are timeless and relationship oriented. They also get a significant discount when they book me for a private session, and we will talk about that at the end of the video if you want more info on that. You can follow for free. You can 7-day free trial. Anyone can shop in the store and check out, wow, the previews for the audios and the videos. So click the link, check it out, and if you want, come Patreon on Patreon. We're doing some lovely stuff over there with the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, that you can just call Mal. Hi, my lovely Libras. Oh, it's so good. So good to be working and doing what I love and loving what I do. So let's do some explanation for the new Libras and the crosswatchers, and then we will jump into the divination. Feel free to jump ahead if you have heard it all before. Welcome, new Libras and crosswatchers. We're doing what's called a 5-card draw. 1 card from 5 different decks, getting you clues, tips, and hints, in this case of the chakras. A timeless chakra reading, a general reading for the Libras and the crosswatchers. Let me tell you what's going to go down. So, our first card down will be a Caroline Myss archetype card, MYSS PhD, author of many books, including Anatomy of the Spirit, where I learned about the 8th chakra hovering over the head. We'll talk about that in a bit. As well as her work in Sacred Contracts, which was a life-saver, let alone a life-changer for me. Talking about the archetypal powers that are sent down from the 8th chakra into all the other chakras beneath, shifting what we attract and what we repel, whether we are aware of it or not, because we're usually unaware of that kind of stuff going on. So we have the opportunity to no longer delay what cannot be prevented in terms of our own healing in any way, shape, or form. So we'll get one of those down for the 8th chakra, the crown, the 3rd eye, the throat, and the heart, the internal feminine goddess energy, whatever you want to call it. We will be using 1 card from the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, a goddess feminine deck that I have been reading longer than any other deck in my career as a reader. We will look at the lower 3 chakras, the solar plexus, the sacrum, and the root chakra, with the Mythic Tarot, another one of my favorites, based in Greek mythology, looking at ourselves from the outside, like looking in a mirror, us from the inside, looking out at people, places, and things in which we have relationships with in the physical world. And because it is a crosswatcher read, it is often a whole lot of mirroring, so it can be both inner and outer. Then all of the chakras will be on the table from the 8th to the root chakra. Then we will get a Whisper of Love from the Whispers of Love Oracle, one of my favorite oracles. Angela Hartfield, I really love her work. This deck is consecrated to the higher selves of all involved, so not just the Libras and the Cross Watchers, but anybody else who might be involved in your chakra healing stuff. And we will end with a Matt Kahn healing mantra. And I have said it before and I will say it again, air signs have a little bit of an edge when it comes to affirmations, mantras, chanting, toning, oming, call it what you want, that element of air. And this is a healing reading, but it can be physical, emotional, mental, spiritual healing, relational healing, meaning in your relationships, financial healing, just all of that. And it is a general read. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and check your other signs. And there is our explanation. So let's get down or up into the divination. Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. And I promise it's part of my sacred contract to help anyone that I can within my powers and skills available so that we all live a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser life in happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser ways. For a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world, because as one of us heal, all of us heal little by little by little. The shift from explanation to divination happens in the still point. So feel free to breathe along with me, if you will. And let's see what the divine has in store for us. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheonic override. A place for everything. And everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. Beloved pantheons of the divine, one card in clarity for the Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, myself included, and our cross watchers. What's going on in the 8th chakra, indicating the spiritual alchemy from shadow to light, from lead to gold, from pain to peace, shifting us from toxicity to health, from fear to love, and illusion to truth for this timeless chakra reading. Ooh, the nature child. This is our first child archetype of this series that has appeared. The child archetype, this is the nature child, but regardless of sub-pattern, there's the magical child, the divine child, the orphan child, the wounded child, on and on and on. But the orphan child, regardless of sub-pattern, is about innocence and safety. Caroline May's Sacred Contracts, amazing work. Survival, how we learn how to survive in the world, and we start doing that the moment we draw breath in this life. So written on the card is a shadow attribute and a light attribute. I call this lead and this gold. Lead having 3 more atoms than gold that cannot be created or destroyed, only released, transformed, forgiven, healed. I just say alchemized. So the nature child in its shadow is a nightmare. Tendency to abuse animals, people, and the environment. Nightmare. No, I guess we all have moments of that when we're little kids until we know better, but of course the innocence and the safety that we engender as we learn, grow, evolve, and heal brings us to the light attribute. If you have the nature child, you could have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime, or be dealing with somebody who has this archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Although survival family archetypes tend to be lifetime. The light attribute, friendship with animals, communication with nature spirits. And if you've been following me, you know that I have a new little kitten in the house, Sammy, and we talk all day long. He's a talker. He's a Sagittarius. Like, he knows. Like this morning, meow, right in my face, sitting on my chest to wake me up. So absolutely communication with nature spirits and absolute friendship with animals. They are, in my family, we don't call our animals pets. They are fur fam. They are family. So what a lovely jump. Again, you know, you might be dealing with somebody who's, you know, torturing animals, but, you know, chances are it's not you if you're watching my channel. So let's get the next 4 chakras down with the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My goddesses override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. My beloved goddesses, one card in clarity for us, Libra Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in their cross-watcher. What do we need to be aware of? Heart, third eye crown to assist us in alchemizing the nature child archetype for this timeless reading. Ooh, we got a court card. Okay, this is the Scorpio card, the Crone of Blades, Hecate, Titaness, goddess of magic and witchcraft. The Scorpio card, fixed water, that would be the Queen of Cups in traditional tarot. Now, I do have planets in Scorpio. I have Neptune in Scorpio. I'm Generation X. Many of the Gen X's have that. That's why sex, drugs, and rock and roll was kind of a theme for us growing up in the 80s and the 90s. Now, whether or not you have any planets in Scorpio or dealing with somebody who doesn't remember, a lot of people only know their sun sign, right? So Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and all of that. But the dynamic, right? Even if you don't have any planets in Scorpio, look at your natal chart and see what house it is in. Because I am Leo rising, I have Scorpio in, I have Scorpio in my 4th house, right? So the home, and boy, that was tricky. But regardless of all of that, definitely 8th house dynamic, the 8th sign, the 8th house is about other people's resources, money, sex, power, transformation, and mysticism. There's a lot going on there, and it definitely connects to the subconscious realm, and that's why we see Hecate here underground, but with lots of water. Water is definitely the element of the subconscious. So there is a transformation available here, but I'm going to give it a chakra here. Element of water is usually heart, right? Emotions, emotional power here. So there's some transformation that's going on here, but fixed water means that it has a focus, right? It's not all over the place like Pisces. I'm a Pisces moon. I'm allowed to clock that for myself, right? I feel this way, I feel this way. This tends to be a bit more focused and a bit deeper. Let's leave that there. So let's look from the outside in, the inside out, lower 3 chakras with the Mythic Tarot. Please take a nice deep breath. Deeper the better. Still point. My gods override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. My beloved gods, one card in clarity for us, Libra Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and our cross-watchers. What do we need to be aware of outside in, inside out, lower 3 chakra dynamic to assist us in alchemizing the divine child with Hecate, the Crone of Cups, the Scorpio card for this timeless read. Ooh, Ace of Cups, Aphrodite, sweet and flighty, hanging out possibly in a see-through nightie, offering a cup of love coming to us or coming from us. All of the aces are seeds. They are potentialities. And, you know, we could place that in any of the lower 3 chakras as well. It could be all 3 at once. Then an opportunity comes, right? Is this romantic? We don't know. But certainly it matches with the water that we've got going on here. So perhaps something comes in here. Perhaps even like a YouTube video or a book or some piece of information that touches us emotionally, that moves us closer to love, that's shifting us from fear to love. But that doesn't mean that there isn't maybe some shadow work, some alchemical stuff that needs to be done to open that heart. Now, I have learned, and part of my daily spiritual practice several times a day, is to close my eyes, put my hands on my heart, and take 3 slow, deep breaths, charging the heart chakra, right? Bringing that sense of safety, that here and now, power of now, Eckhart Tolle, if you like, which then really sends healing to all the other chakras, including the third eye, so that we see with more loving vibes, right? A little bit less judgmental, a little bit more accepting and compassionate. I like this, particularly for a nature child, right? It's like this new kittens. I mean, my other 2 black cats, Balthazar and Melchior, are really coping very, very well with the kitten. In fact, they've been, cleaning him, right? Licking him and cleaning him up, and they're all snuggling together. So, I got a lot of love in my life right now, but then again, look what I do for a living. If I can't keep that love going in my life, I have no business doing the business that I do. So, let's call to the higher selves of all involved with the whispers of love. Please take a nice deep breath. Oh, both feet on the floor, Mal. Higher selves override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. Beloved higher selves of all involved, fifth dimension and above, eighth chakra and above, what is the whisper of love, the piece of information, inspiration, and insight needed by us Libra Collective and our cross-watchers to alchemize the nature child in the eighth, Scorpio on the inner, Ace of Cups on the outer for this timeless chakra reading. Be willing to express love. Now, willing, third chakra, willpower, spit, swallow, or chew, right? So you can spit out this Ace of Cups, you can chew on it, or I gotta chew on this one, or you can say, push it down, right? You're gonna act on it, you're not, right? But be willing to express love. And I will say, throat chakra is where we usually express ourselves. We can express it through actions as well, but for air signs, we usually do it verbally, right? So when we express love, we begin to receive more love, because love is one of those things that the more of it you give away, the more of it you have, because it is the truth of who we are. Only love is real. I mean, very Course in Miracles here going on, but yet somehow really connected to nature, right? Like, I'm a past life dryad, I'm pretty sure. Like, I hear a chainsaw in the neighborhood, I'm like, right? It just hits every nerve in my body. So, you know, for me to, James Redfield, Celestine Prophecy, read that book, chapter 5 in particular, well, 3, 4, and 5 there, about, you know, energetically communing with trees and plants and stuff like that to raise our energy and bringing on more synchronicities and all that stuff. And there's a movie too, by the way, that you could watch, but the book is really good. You'd have to read like 10 different books to get all the information in that one book, and it's a novel on top of it, so it's really, really good, just as a recommendation there. So are we willing to express love? Well, this means this Ace of Cups could be us doing just that. Now, is this romantic? Maybe, maybe not. It is a general read. It's only 5 cards. That's why I like doing one-on-ones, so that we can go deeper into stuff like that with my clients. But a willingness to express love. Now, that can be done through prayer, meditation, healing, all sorts of stuff. It can be loving our own hearts, and why wouldn't it? Right? To start at home, right? Open up that heart chakra, but to be willing to do so absolutely will alchemize and bring out the innocence of the child archetype, regardless of sub-pattern, but in this case with nature and with aminals and all that jazz. Okay, my mom's a retired nursery school teacher. We had guinea pigs and bunnies. We never had birds or rodents, though those weren't allowed, but kittens. We had an Afghan hound. We had a bunch of Newfoundlands. Now my parents have Labradoodles, God help us all. But we've always had cats. So let's get the healing mantra here. As I said, air signs, we have a real edge with this stuff. I'm so glad I not just have Venus in Libra, I have Venus conjunct Mercury in Libra, which really makes it work for me. Shall we? The voices of the Ascended Masters, please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Ascended Master override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. Beloved Ascended Masters, one card in clarity. Please, the perfect and precise healing mantra for us Libra Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and our cross-watchers to assist us in alchemizing the nature child in the 8th, Scorpio vibe, Queen of Cups, Hecate on the inner, Ace of Cups on the outer, being willing to express love for this timeless chakra reading. Asking for angelic support. Ooh, I use this one quite a bit. My angels respond when I am open and authentic about how I feel. Now, The majority of that happens in private, in prayer, in meditation, spiritual practice for myself personally. But I highly recommend it. And if you don't like angels, gods, guides, whatever you want to call it, fill in the blank. I often use these mantras like Mad Libs. If you know what Mad Libs are, look it up. I was raised on Mad Libs with a teacher for a mom. Give me a verb. Sleep. Asking for angelic support. So my angels respond when I am open and authentic about how I feel. And by the way, I just saw this thing. It was on YouTube, of course, where these scientists took people into a room and exposed them to different, media so that they would elicit different emotions. And then they checked the vibrations or something coming out of them, what level it was. And we all think that love is like the most powerful, and truly it is powerful, but not as powerful as authenticity. See if you can find that vid. I have no idea where it is. I'm doing a lot of YouTube nowadays. So, from the Bookie Book, when asking for angelic support, you are requesting solutions from a higher realm of consciousness, right? So not asking your neighbor, right? Not asking a friend, phone a friend. No, a higher consciousness. Such a realm of consciousness works in accordance with free will, right? Be willing to express love, to help you face your experiences instead of helping you avoid them. In other words, not using spirituality as a means of bypassing the uncomfortable emotions, right? Feeling them. And that could very easily be involved with the transformation going on here. Rather than believe the cause of your feelings must be changed or eliminated, it is essential to ask your angels for better ways of viewing the feelings that keep getting triggered. So trigger make triggers then, right? And we all get triggered, but that's the subconscious stuff, right? Very much this stuff we carry in our cell tissues. We've inherited it from our ancestral lineage, societal programming and counseling, conditioning, and all of that stuff, all held in our cell tissue. You could say the cell tissue is like the unconscious mind, the emotions and the thoughts, the subconscious, so that we can make this stuff conscious with the help of angelic support. You are more likely to feel the presence of your angels when asking for their help to face your most difficult emotions. In order to access angelic assistance, it is important to be with your feelings so your angels know where support is needed most. And ain't that the case, right? If they were easy to feel some of these emotions, we would have been ascended beings a long time ago, but we're in the process of that, and we incarnated to do this stuff. So of course chakra alignment is only going to help with that. This mantra is ideal for unraveling the spiritual ego, which will say, oh no, we can't think that. That's a poo-poo emotion, right? No, it is begging to be loved, healed, and alchemized from lead to gold, from fear to love. Giving up patterns of avoidance. I don't want to deal with that. Quick, give me something to eat, smoke, drink, or do. And being a better receiver, right? Definitely divine feminine energy, the moon receiving here. And definitely we've got a very water dominant reading here, but are we willing to express love? And I will be honest with you, I've been lied to a lot. Particularly in romantic relationships, I am single, and I don't mind staying single for the rest of my life. My guides were very clear. Sometimes your true love match doesn't incarnate at the same time as you do. They call you forward on your path on the other side. And that bummed me out for a couple of weeks. And they were like, but look at it this way. One way or the other, you're going to be together, right? And if he is incarnate, I'm gay. Check your gaydar if you couldn't pick up on that. Then there's no chance of us not meeting, which is a double negative. Of course we're going to meet if he's incarnate, but if not, that's okay. And believe me, I called upon a lot of angelic support, but I had to feel those feelings, right? All this work I've been doing, right? All the frustration of it all. And it's pretty much purified from my system so far, but you never know what's going on in the subconscious. But remember, the unconscious is collective. It's the collective unconscious. So as one of us heals this, it heals it for everybody little by little by little. So if you are new to my channel, we are going to do what is called a blessimation. It's a word we came up with on Patreon, a combination of blessing and summation. And though I have no idea what's going to happen the moment I hit record for these readings in general, I really surrender my will to the divine to let them do the blessimation. So shall we? One last time, at least for this reading, please take a nice deep breath. Let's do this with love. Still wait. May we end as we began. Pantheonic override. I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine on behalf of us Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and our cross-watchers. May we be blessed with all that we need to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to align our chakras, alchemizing the nature child, enhancing our friendships with animals and communication with nature spirits, with this heart-centered, transformative Scorpio vibe within us, to feel what we gotta feel, asking for angelic support, because there is an Ace of Cups here on the table. Maybe it is an invitation to love again, oh no! Or maybe we're extending an invitation to love, oh no! And certainly there is some fear mixed in with that for me, because I have dated a whole lot of crazy along the way, but each one was part of my contract, so that we can be willing to express love. Because when we express love, we begin to receive more love, because the more love we give away, the more love we truly are, as we ask for angelic support, because our angels respond when we are open and authentic about how we feel. Like, I don't know if I want to do this, but I kind of want to, but I kind of don't. So that we may heal, grow, learn, evolve, bring our chakras into alignment, being the love that we are more and more with each breath, let alone with each passing day, for happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser lives in our relationships in particular, in happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser ways in our relationships in particular, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world when this world needs it more than ever, for the well-being of all with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So mote it be. And so it is. I'm thrilled for us with this reading, but it is our choice. Everybody has free will, and people treat each other the way that they were treated until they heal, right? They don't even know they're doing it. It's like an automatic thing, like a knee-jerk reaction, right? Coming from fear instead of love. So here is an opportunity to get that. You don't have to do it all by yourself. You can call in divine presence. Call it what you want. I don't mind the angels. My name's Mark Angelo Lyons. So I am the Archangel of Lyons, which is Archangel Ariel, and there's a whole lot more there that'll be in my new book of how that was revealed to me over decades. So if you found this reading helpful, please do hit the like button. It will help other Libras and cross-watchers find the reading. If you want more of me here on YouTube, subscribe, because I'm not stopping. I have such a good time just setting up and doing all of this stuff here on YouTube. And yeah, I've helped a lot of people. But also remember, if you want the deeper dive, come Patreon on Patreon. I mean, we're finishing up a 30-week workshop series called The Witch Archetype tonight. We're starting another one, Angels and Archetypes, next, interestingly enough. My subscribers do get the daily check-ins, the extended readings, and the extensive discount. We will talk about that in a moment. You can follow for free, you can shop in the store, you can 7-day free trial. There's just a lot of cool stuff going on there. And considering we are Cardinal Air, creative air, I highly recommend being a creator on Patreon. No algorithms, thanks. And and if you want to book me for a private session, I did make a video last year when I was living in Holbrook, Long Island for my 25th anniversary for Drawing the Circle Productions. I still can't believe we've been doing it for that long. And it is called Booking Private Sessions with Mal. Explains everything that you need to know about booking me for a private session, though I have to make a new one because now I'm in Saratoga Springs, New York, in my new studio temple. I'm so happy. I have a room I can close a door on. This used to be going on in my dining room. The video will explain, what I charge, why I charge it, how I do it. But now I'm doing readings at the Magic Moon in Saratoga Springs a couple of days a week. But you make an appointment, they tell me you book, I come in, I read you, and then I come home unless the day is booked, which does happen. Call in advance. But now a lot of the readings that I do, though I do have an office downstairs that I've been seeing clients in, which is so cool. The majority of the readings that I do and the spiritual counseling that I do are on a video call. So I send my client a Zoom link. They come into my Zoom platform, we record the whole thing. We see each other, we communicate, they watch all the cards hit the table. At the end of the reading, I send them a link so that they can download the entire reading, so they don't have to memorize, they don't have to remember anything, they don't have to take notes, It's all there for them to review. But then they tell me that they downloaded it and I delete it from the cloud, because authenticity And integrity is really important to me, and confidentiality is key, because I have had my confidentiality violated time and time and time again. So I would learn, keep it in the lockbox and hopefully forget it. And with the amount of clients I have, I've been reading tarot since I am 12 years old. I am 55. Yeah, I know, but I don't look at things. But you learn some things along the way about who you want to be and how you want to express love by being authentic and honorable. It's just how I roll. Most important thing I say in that video is that I've never turned anybody away because of lack of finances, and I never will. Where there is a witch, there is a way. I'm a witch. So there's a way. Even if the conversation boils down to pay it forward to someone else when you can, as long as we have the conversation and we are all in agreement, we can work it out, and we often do. So it's a fun video. It makes my mom laugh. So even when I make the new one, eventually, I'm really booked right now, I will still keep that one up because it makes my mom laugh. So thank you so much. I love this reading for us, but I'm also going to say, get your feet in the sand, right? Go hug a tree, get out in nature, go breathe some fresh air. And now I live on a ½ acre of property, and I'm going to be gardening all spring and summer. So I will be applying this, being willing to express love to the birds, to the bees, to the flowers, to the trees, to the stars up above for that thing called love. So wishing you all the very, very best, my beloved Libras. I love you all so much. We got this. Come on. We got the Ace of Cups, Aphrodite, Venus in the Ace of Cups there, so that's wonderful. So I believe in us, and remember, love conquers all, but it's got to conquer us first. Have a good one. I believe in you. Hang in there. And of course, heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.